A young fella drafted last year to the Kangaroos, and they've been in Tasmania training and I guess spreading the word of the Kangaroos. Tom Curran joins us. Tom, how are you?
G'day, boys. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's our pleasure. Thank you for joining us. How's life as an AFL footballer?
Oh, yeah, it's amazing, really. It's everything you think of it, and but it's a lot of hard work, and only really just starting to get used to it now, and getting into the routine, and yeah, loving it.
So you picked 40 at the draft last year, obviously. So then did life change almost overnight for you?
Yeah, well, I got calls through a few of the players and stuff that night, and the recruiting staff, and they said they'll come around the day after the draft. They'll come around to my house. They came around and said, "You're moving out in 2 days," so I had to pack my bags pretty quickly. And I know Mum was pretty happy I was staying in Melbourne because she thought I'd stay at home, but I moved out 2 days and yeah, straight into it. And about on the third day after the draft,
they came and got you and moved you out of home.
Yeah, I was living probably about a 40-minute drive and in heavy traffic in the morning. It was just probably a bit too far.
Yeah.
Yeah, until I got into the routine of things. I'm living with a host family the other side of the city, so not too far from the club.
So Tom, your dad was a former Hawk, Peter Curran. Why didn't you qualify father-son, or did you?
Yeah, no, I was eligible for father-son, but I went through the whole year, my under-18 year last year, with that in the back of my mind, and in the end, it was just before draft camp. The Hawks came to me and said, "Look, it's not what we need right now, and there are a few reasons why." And yeah, they just in the end they didn't need me, and so that door closed. And it was the week before draft camp, and I went out and tried to prove myself and prove that I could get drafted on my own anyway. And yeah, luckily enough, I was picked up by North.
Well done. And how did your dad feel about that?
Oh, he was fine. I mean, he just wanted me to get a go, and whether it was with Hawthorn or in the end North Melbourne, he wouldn't have minded. But yeah, he was just trying to keep my head up, and I wasn't going to get too down about not getting out and missing out on the father-son. But yeah, he was fine with it.
Well, I was going to say they've got Roughhead, they've got Franklin. You're probably right. You're a key position player. You can play forward or back. You've been described as a solid overhead. You've got an elite leg. You love the contested ball. You're a key position player, as I said, and a natural footballer. So you've just got to bore it up Hawthorn and say, well, you know what? Up your nose with a garden nose.
Yeah, well, I guess I'd love to kick 10 on him in a grand final with North, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, well done.
Did you grow up as a Hawthorn supporter? You must have, surely.
No, I might have been a Hawthorn supporter for a couple of years, but then Dad was a coach, moved over and was coaching the Crows for 5 years.
Yeah.
So I lived in Adelaide and was a passionate Crows supporter.
Of course he was.
Yeah, we remember that.
Yeah. I forgot
then,
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he was a Melbourne coach, and I was a Melbourne supporter, and I told him if he changed one more time, I'd stick with the D, so I was a D supporter for most of my life.
Well done. So there was a time there, Tom, we had you as a Crows supporter.
Yeah, for 5 years.
Oh,
Pretty
well
passionate.
done. He's a good man, your old man. Hey, just also on that, a few blokes copped a couple of knocks in the head in the match practice yesterday, did they?
Not that I know of. Might have been a couple of little niggles here and there. It was the first real practice we had, but nothing too serious that I'm aware of. No.
So what have you been doing in Tasmania?
Well, we actually leave tomorrow. So
you haven't gone there.
No, we go there tomorrow till Sunday afternoon.
Oh, okay. And is it promotion as well as footy training?
Yeah, well, it's a bit of sort of team bonding for the first years. It's just all the first years going, and it's obviously there's over 500,000 people in Tasmania, and the North are trying to tap into that, and we're going down to Hobart for a few footy clinics and get to know the community, and in turn, hopefully, the broader Tasmania community, which is the goal. So, yeah, it's a bit of both. Yeah,
we think there should be an AFL team in Tasmania. It's been a great football state, but with Hawthorn trying to pinch some visibility in the north, and now the Kangaroos is probably not going to have a team down there, I wouldn't think.
Well, unless the Kangaroos move there.
Yeah, well, hang on. You wouldn't be doing that, would you, Tom?
I don't know. We've got pretty good facilities down at Aegis Park, so I don't think we'll be going anywhere in the near future.
What school did you go to when you were living in Adelaide?
I went to Walkerville Primary School. No, St Monica's in Walkerville, sorry.
Okay, and did you play footy here when you were here?
Yeah, I played for Walkerville Wildcats.
Well, a pretty good team, Walkerville.
Bob.
Got a
Yeah.
good history there.
Really nice oval, that one.
They list you as a strong key position player. Where do you think you can grab a spot in the Kangaroos lineup?
I think at the moment I'm sort of working. I've been most of my life I've been a forward, so that's where I'm more natural. And but I can play down back as well, and I think that's a strength to my game. Might be selected in a team as a forward, but if needs be, I can go down back as well. So, and even in the ruck if they need, and just crash the contest. But I think as a versatile player, so I can be, I guess, either selected in the team as a forward or a back, and just fill in.
How tall are you now?
I'm about 195 centimetres.
That's a fair lad of a lad, 86 kilo as well. High expectations down the Kangaroos this year for a top 8 finish, isn't there, Tom?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, well, the team's had a couple of years to build now, and there's a good, strong sort of young group of midfielders coming through with the Zeebs and Basti and Harps and all that. And I think top 8's a really good, realistic expectation. And, well, getting sort of to the stage where I guess we're getting those good midfielders and they're growing up. And, finals footy's definitely the goal.
And, Tom, how's Brad McKenzie going? He's a local lad from here that got drafted, I think, about pick 18 for you guys. How's he going? He's got an elite leg from memory.
Yeah, he's got a great kick on him. Just needs to put on a few kilos, I reckon. But he's good. He's doing really well, and he's a good bloke and good mates with him, and he's fit in real well. And that, like you say, that kick is really noticeable at training and stuff. So he's fit in real well. And
what do you got? 24 days until the round 1 of the NAB Cup, so not long now. It's Friday, February the 17th, and I reckon you guys are kicking it off against Richmond for the season opener. So that's a nice little target for you, Tom, just around the corner.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I fractured my foot about 12 weeks ago, so I'm still in rehab coming back from that. So I don't know if round 1 NAB Cup's a realistic target for myself, but I know Brad will be pushing pretty hard, and there are a couple of other young boys, and the rookies. So yeah.
Who really impresses you in the time you've been there? Who's taken you by surprise amongst the players?
The senior players, Drew Petrie, Boomer Harvey. Boomer's been in the system for 17 years and he still trains the house down and gets to every session, and those guys are just their professionalism. It's hard to miss when you first walk in.
Yeah.
And I guess the young midfielders, like I was saying, the Basties and Siebels, all those kind of guys, they're all really professional and yeah.
Are you doing anything away from football?
No, I got into psychology at university this year, but I've deferred for the year just to adjust to football, and I'm still very broad. I don't know what I want to do, so...
Yeah, well, that'll plague you for some time.
Psychology, Tom?
I did it in year 11 at school and didn't mind it, actually, so just something to do, I guess.
Oh, well done.
Well done.
It's good to have an ambition. Well, mate, good luck. We'll keep an eye on you. And Peter Curran's your dad. What's he doing these days? Where is he now?
Yeah, he's head of football and teaching English at a school down here, Wesley College.
Oh, okay.
So that's a great college.
He went back to teaching, did he?
Yeah, so because he was teaching at Trinity before he coached the Crows, so he's gone back into that and just slowing down a little bit.
Oh, well, he was a fine man, your dad, so we
and a great footballer.
Enjoyed having him over here. So, Tom, good luck. Thanks for the chat. Enjoy your time in Tassie. See if you can grab one of those spots in that Kangaroos lineup. Make sure they notice you. Don't be intimidated by some of those older players that have been around.
Yeah.
Just knock a few over.
Oh, done.
Thanks, boys. Thanks very much for having me.
Well done. Young Tom Curran there. He's pick 40 last year's draft for the Kangaroos.
Yep. And he's going to make a name for himself. You can just see that.
Father-son. Could have been father-son at Hawthorn. They didn't have a need for him, but he got drafted and he's going to make his own way.
Well done. And he's an Adelaide boy, so we got a little bit of a connection there. I forgot that Peter was here for 4 or 5 years. How silly is that?
Exactly right.
And he played at Walkerville, young lad, barracked for the Crows. Now he's a Kangaroo. Tom Curran, our guest. What a good lad.